the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce. We all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and another day filled with fantastic conditions here in North Mississippi. I mean, the temperatures, very rare we get the type of temperatures we had today here in North Mississippi on, August 4th. Still in the peak of summer heat, but you wouldn't believe that walking outside throughout the afternoon today. If you're like me, try to get outside, get the lawn mowed, didn't even break a sweat. Fantastic conditions to say the least. So what we're tracking here in the Room to Room Weather Center is more on that cool weather. It's still cool for school heading into our forecast tomorrow. Along with that, limited chances for rain in that extended forecast. And we are also watching the fact that temperatures unfortunately continue to climb. So summer does have its revenge moving in just before you know it. So we'll be walking through that extended forecast here in just a moment. Let's first start with the cool conditions we're seeing right now. 75 degrees at dew point, right around 70. So meaning that we can experience even cooler conditions, expecting to be in the upper 60s. Mid-60s possible for some areas overnight. Great shot out there. Big thank you to the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for showing off their cameras. I mean, it's a great look there. 79 towards Winona, so it is a slight difference depending on where you're at, but it really depends on where those clouds are, because clouds kind of act as a blanket over that sky, trapping the heat that's below it, and therefore you get some higher temperatures. 76 there towards West Point. Roadways pretty calm. A few cars out on the roadways heading home from whatever Monday night plans you have at 10 p.m. Probably need to be tuned into Mississippi Live Weather. Hopefully not doing that while driving, but hey, let's get home and turn on the stream right now to get some of the latest looks on the forecast. Mississippi Live Weather radar, you might wonder, why are we looking out of Memphis tonight? Well, Monroe County continues to undergo some maintenance, hopefully getting that back online for tomorrow. But if there was any day to get that maintenance done, it was today, because there was nothing on radar to really keep track of. You can see, just walking through that extended forecast, really no showers to be seen at all. I want to zoom things out here for just a moment, because you can see some of that moisture over towards the Kentucky area and on towards, Missouri. So moving through Missouri and then into Illinois. More on that weather you can see, just on the extended outlook, very isolated in nature. Our most significant stuff remains out there towards Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas. That severe thunderstorm watch is in place for sections out there. Severe thunderstorm warning as well. And as we track more towards the southeast, and you can see where the rain is, not here in North Mississippi. So that's been a good thing for us as we've gone through that extended forecast, is that we have stayed on the drier side. As we zoom things out once again, I have it more on the rainfall totals, and you can see up towards our north, they had a rainy day. And over here towards Atlanta, LaGrange, and on there towards Dothan, Alabama, they had some decent outputs of rainfall. But this whole area of North Alabama and North Mississippi stayed on the drier side today. And we've been very fortunate for that, because although it has been dry, we had that cloud cover, so we didn't warm up nearly as much as we could have if it was more clearing in the sky. So fortunately, stayed cool and stayed dry. A rare combo we get this time of year. And speaking of that drier air, you can see on our scale up here, those oranges indicating dry air, the greens indicating humid air. And what's over the top of North Mississippi? Well, the same thing we've been experiencing over the past couple of days, that drier air, those orange hues showing up across Oxford, Water Valley, Boonville, Corinth. So if you walk outside right now and you're in any of those areas, even out there towards Louisville and Columbus, it's still on the drier side of that bar of those trends. So if you walk outside, doesn't feel too muggy, doesn't feel overly miserable. You're able to actually breathe as you head out the door. So enjoy it, because like I said, it doesn't stick around forever. The first 12 does show those cooler conditions, really going to highlight our morning commute. 5 a.m. if you wake up early enough, there are some perks to it. 68 degrees, should see a little bit of clearing, so that sunshine is going to get through. Could be a beautiful sunrise for a lot of folks, but as the day goes on, temperatures do start to climb. Only 81 by 11 though. So when we say an enjoyable forecast, that's exactly what we're talking about. That low pressure center has really defined our forecast. And we walked through a little bit last night how if that low were to transition a bit more to the west, then we're looking at a whole different forecast when it comes to rain chances. Well, it really didn't move. I mean, you can see it moved that little bit. How far is that? My intrusive thought one. Less than 100 miles over the past 24 hours. So that very little movement has meant that we've had a much drier forecast. So those limited rain chances that we were discussing were possible, never really verified because a lot of that moisture continues to circulate there on the east side of the storm, of the low pressure center, should I say. So a lot of those rain chances primarily sticking around Georgia and even southeast sections of Alabama. Whenever we're getting up here into North Mississippi, we're circulating in some more of that drier air. It's still an easterly wind, so you're getting some of that moisture, just not moisture in regards to rainfall. It's moisture in regards to some cloud cover. And of course, all that wrapping around on the backside. So there's that drier air wrapping around the low. And that's exactly why we've seen what we've seen today. Cooler conditions, but also that drier feeling air. So as we look at that futurecast, what we'll see is that low, again, move very little. And if it were to move just a bit more to the west, then we're looking at increased chances of rain showers, but it's really on the diminishing phase and not expected to be too much more sustainable. So fortunately for us, we're going to be on the drier side once again for our Tuesday. I say that with a grain of salt because some of these showers do try to wrap around, and looking at that extended forecast, you can kind of see that we are in a slight trough right here. So we can get some of those showers to pop up by the afternoon, but not overly significant, not going to be too intense, not going to be too widespread. So those chances are very minimal. That's why we say very limited rain chances for our Tuesday going forward. There's your moisture. There's where a lot of that's being kept. And that's really where our highest rain chances will be. So Northwest Alabama, highest likelihood yet again to get a few of those showers, but we'll walk through more in detail here in just a moment about, where those rain chances are best, where to kind of expect those showers to pop up. And definitely, in North Mississippi, we're going to see a dry forecast nonetheless. So great sign for us going forward. A great sign that our drier forecast is not ending anytime soon. So 87 degrees by 3, still going to be paired with mostly sunny skies, but temperatures, just absolutely phenomenal. Those do stick around as well, but we are on a slight warming trend heading into the latter part of this week. One of the things we'll be walking through here in the next 60, as well as some more rain chances possible for Wednesday, what to expect with those. We'll be walking through that shortly as well. Dexter also ramping up in the Atlantic. We'll be walking through the latest numbers on Dexter and where that path is now taking it, still taking it away from the United States, but just the latest outlook on that whole tropical forecast. All the more reason to keep you here at Mississippi Live Weather at 10. We'll see you back here in just a minute.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team-up.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
The cooler conditions continue to highlight the good portion of our forecast. Stuck with us all weekend long, and now heading into the start of the work week, here's your high temperatures we got today. You notice a drastic difference from what happened out west to the eastern part of our viewing area. 79 for high temperatures in Amory, Columbus, 77 Hamilton, Red Bay, 78 Tupelo and Boonville. It was a phenomenal forecast, being that, I am in Lee County, so I got to enjoy some of these great temperatures. Very rare this time of year. But the hot temperatures, they weren't too far around the pond. You just look on the west side of I-55, and we're seeing 91 Greenwood, 90 Cleveland, 91 Clarksdale, 92 over and around Tunica. Reason why? Well, it all has to do with cloud cover. You had that large cloud mass that basically just dominated the eastern side of the state. And as soon as that cloud mass ended, you're looking right along the Grenada, Yalobusha, and Lafayette County line all the way south. That's where you got a completely different forecast because sunshine was actually getting through, warming up that atmosphere and bringing our temperatures to still below average, but trending warmer to our seasonable average. So that's what it would have been if we didn't have this large cloud mass over here in the eastern side of our viewing area. So we'll take our blessings where we can, but nonetheless, across North Mississippi, no one's complaining right now just because it is still below average. Temperatures right now, you can see still warm in the same areas where they were warm this afternoon. 78 Greenwood, Cleveland, and Greenville. The further east you go, you're talking about 71 Boonville, Iuka, 70 towards Corinth, 73 Starkville and Eupora. So comfortable no matter where you're at. We are soaking in every second of this forecast. One thing that I see folks are talking about in the chat is needing that rainfall. And for sure, we are extending those drought conditions more and more into the area, especially as days pass with no rainfall. So we are in desperate need of rainfall, but I know that some folks enjoy not having rainfall because they can handle their things outdoors. So it's kind of like a give and take forecast. I know there's some folks that want rain, other folks that want the dry weather. It just depends on your point of view, but we'll definitely take dry weather with a few isolated showers as the day goes on. So that's my best bet because we do need that rainfall moving in. Today, not an example of that whatsoever. You can see dry conditions over the last couple of hours of our evening. No rain chances in that forecast, and that's basically where we sit across the region. A lot of that moisture cycling in there towards Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So over here towards Alabama and Mississippi stayed dry today and will likely stay mostly dry for our Tuesday as well. Oh, I forgot what day it was today. Looking at past rainfall totals, you can see some of those getting into Montgomery and Dothan, Alabama, but that's as far west as they trended. As far north as there in Jackson, very light shower, but still a shower nonetheless. And with how dry it's been, we'll take every every measurement of rainfall that we can get. 7 a.m., 69 degrees, so still a comfortable start to the day. 87 is our peak heating by the afternoon. Yes, you're looking at mostly clear skies throughout the day, but we do see those isolated chances move in by the afternoon. Walking through that right here, this is looking at your early Tuesday morning. And one thing I want to say with these model runs, they do not know how to accommodate for the moisture because we've been in such a dry pattern that typically when we have those muggy conditions, yes, showers popping up throughout the evening, definitely possible. But since it's such a drier pattern, well, that's why they've not really handled those chances well. So our chances, yes, they are there. Very limited though, and we'll see that right here. So let's go ahead and go through our futurecast. This will be our Tuesday morning, starting out cool and dry, 66 there in Bruce, Water Valley, 67 Tupelo and Houston, and 69 to 70 around the Mississippi River. This, as you take your kids to school, drop off going to be amazing, 69 degrees for teachers arriving early, or parents if you have to wake up at least, hey, there's a blessing. 87 around pickup, so even that's not too shabby, and we won't be dripping in sweat in the car line or cranking that AC in the car line too much. Futurecast through the rest of our morning, you can see cloud cover still highlighting a good portion of our area, limiting just how high those temperatures get. And where there is some clearing, you're looking at what the Delta saw today with the low 90s possible. So by 10:30, yes, you're seeing that low end stratus clouds in some parts, but not everywhere, and there is going to be some clearing as the day goes on. By the time we get towards that 3, 4, 5 o'clock hour, some of those showers do try to pop up along the Mississippi River. Again, I say take this with a grain of salt because Futurecast has not handled moisture well the past couple of days. So while it remains possible to get a sprinkle or even up to a moderate rainfall for a few of these, we're not really expecting numerous or widespread coverage with these cells. By 5:30, those do try to extend more into Marshall County and over there towards Panola County, but still not overly high on those chances. What we are high on is the great conditions. Looking at the temperatures, mid to upper 80s across the region still for our forecast tomorrow. Again, where it's going to be clearer, still low 90s possible. So it just depends on where that sunshine decides to get through that cloud cover throughout our afternoon. Heat indices, that mugginess, it is returning. Unfortunate, I know, but it's not unexpected. This time of year, we're definitely blessed to experience what we've experienced for this prolonged of a period. But towards tomorrow, we will start to feel that mugginess re-enter the forecast with feels like values right around that 90, 91, or even 96 to 98 there towards the Delta. So it really just depends on where you're at, but all across the region, it will be cooler, but it will be slightly muggier. Not as enjoyable as what it was today, just a few degrees uptick for those actual like heat indices and feels like values. So Tuesday evening, continue to see those dry conditions. Some showers try to move in from Alabama, but again, I think it is overdoing it on a lot of our model runs. So tracking those dry conditions once again for our Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, waking up and heading out the door should still be a fantastic start with several areas coming in with the upper 60s. Day goes on and there's some escalated rain chances. This is why our Wednesday rain chances are higher than our Tuesday rain chances, because they're showing up to be a bit more numerous, and with Tuesday even bringing the slightest bit of moisture into the area, that'll allow for those high humidity values as well as those afternoon showers to be possible. So that adding that mugginess, adding that moisture definitely helps create those pop-up showers and storms. That possible for our Wednesday afternoon, and you can see how numerous they are along the Mississippi Delta, hopefully keeping some of you guys cool out there, because I know that you guys have been on the warmer side the past couple of days. Yes, it has been cooler, but you guys are always the high temperature. So you guys need some of that rain cooled air, as well as just rain in general to accommodate for those growing drought concerns. Wednesday night, all of that dissolves away and we're going to be left with those calm and mostly clear conditions for our Wednesday evening. Enjoy it. Thursday morning starting off on the cooler and drier side as well. Here's our high temperatures for Wednesday. You might notice that they look much different than where we sat at today. Yes, we are only in the upper 70s today. So the fact we're talking about 88 and 89 there in Tupelo and Amory shows the change that is coming, unfortunately, but summer has to get its revenge, has to re-enter the forecast. 94 towards Greenwood and Greenville, so it's going to be hot, and yes, it is going to be muggy. Still seeing those temperatures climb about 2, 3, maybe even 4 degrees in regards to the heat indices from the actual temperatures. So that's that evidence of some moisture re-entering into the forecast once again. But let's go ahead and walk through those rainfall chances. And the thing with these model outputs is the fact that they don't really line up too well with where the showers are happening. But what it shows us is that it's at least possible to have a few heavy downpours. 1/10 of an inch there in Amory, 1/100th of an inch popping up here and there throughout the area. While it's not going to be this widespread, where one of those showers do pop up, it'll be a brief heavy downpour, could be up to about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch over a very short period of time. So something we're watching for here at Mississippi Live Weather for your Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, again, it follows that same pattern, looking a bit more numerous, but where those showers do pop up, and we expect more potential for some of those showers to pop up, that's where we could have those brief heavy downpours once again. So that's the story here in Mississippi, but we're tracking more stories out there in the Atlantic, and that is the latest on Dexter. Here's a look at tropical satellite, some of that infrared imagery, and it continues to just be a beast out there in the Atlantic, recirculating in some of that moisture. The northern side of the storm, you can see a drier forecast, but it's circulating in some of that moist, warm air down from the southern Atlantic coast and then into just that more muggy or more, not humid, what am I saying? I'm so used to talking about Mississippi. More of that mugginess from the Atlantic Ocean. So that's why we're not seeing it diminish in strength just yet. It's also not over land, so that's why, usually when it enters land, that's when it diminishes. So the fact that it's in the middle of the Atlantic tells us it's going to be a pretty long-lived storm. But it's a fish storm. It's not going to affect us because it's not in the United States. It's moving away from the United States. So Monday by 10 p.m., you're seeing 45 miles an hour on those wind gusts. Those continue to move up the northeast, and as the latest output has it, you're seeing 45 miles an hour. Next track comes at 4 a.m., 1,002 millibars for our lowest pressure of this system. So as that continues to progress northeast at 13 miles an hour, we'll see basically North Atlantic by 7 p.m. on Wednesday, still at that same 45 mile an hour threshold, probably peaking at about 50 miles an hour before moving all the way into the North Atlantic. You can see Dublin on your screen to give you a perspective of how far it's going to be moving. So far away from us, not going to be impactful to our forecast, but as we talked about at 6, more chances moving into the forecast, into the extended forecast, 10 to 14 days possible that we're keeping eyes on for any tropical development. While confidence is still low this far out, as it should be, with models being very flip-floppy on that forecast, we're definitely keeping an eye on the latest model runs to get the very latest information on what those storms are tracking as. So for this week, this is all we need to worry about, and it's going to be the cooler conditions. Yes, we're below average all the way through our Sunday. So that's normal average, about 93 degrees to that 30-year average. So the fact we're not there until Sunday shows you how great of a forecast it is. Yes, there are going to be chances at isolated showers for your weekend and isolated showers for the next couple of days. But there you see, I feel like I need to duck the dry weather. So there is some good conditions to look forward to, and even those chances very isolated in nature. So take advantage of it, enjoy it, get outside and enjoy these temperatures. Get those outdoor chores done while this cool weather's around. And of course, have that Mississippi Live Weather app handy. You can see it on your screen right there. Get get the free app on either App Store, Android or iOS. The latest and greatest app for all of your weather needs. Gives you all the information from live radar, also to Futurecast, also if you want the 7-day forecast. Everything at the palm of your hands, walking you through the latest information you need for any outdoor activities you need to get done. And we'll, of course, have that 24/7 stream going for you as well. We'll be back here live at 5, 6, and 10 on your Tuesday, walking through those rain chances once again. And, of course, giving the latest information on the tropics as it's continuing to ramp up just a bit more. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow evening. Have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll see you back here at 5.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.